This your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word to the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, What's on Jake's Mind Today? 420. Now, of course, I got inspired to do this lesson because that's what today is. It's April 20th, and as we all know, this is a day that is celebrated like a holiday among people that smokes weed. All right, and pretty much, you know, this is going to be a basic lesson. It doesn't have to be anything too deep or anything like that, but at the end of the day, still can bring this out for edification's sake, because this is one of the stumbling blocks that hits Jake a lot, speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When it comes to weed, a lot of you all are addicted to it. They won't admit it, but they're addicted to it. And then a lot of people that, you know, celebrate this day, they might not even smoke, but just because the simple fact that, you know, everybody behind the scenes is smoking weed and, you know, getting all the munchies in the world and everything like that, they'll participate because it's fun. All right. It's fun. And, you know, these people get a thrill out of doing wickedness. All right. And that's exactly what this is. You know, anybody that smokes weed, you know, you should already know not to even do that. I mean, people in the churches even know you're not even supposed to smoke weed, man. But like I said, among our people, it's very heavy, man. It's very heavy. Okay. Because, the thing is, you know, a lot of our people will say, well, you know, it's a herb, it's natural, this and that and everything like that. And then you'd be like, okay, well, how come you don't eat it then? Or how come you don't drink it, or whatever the case may be, make it to a smoothie or whatever, you know, I don't know, you know, whatever the case may be. And, you know, they'll make some type of excuse to keep smoking, because the thing is, like I said, they get a thrill out of the activity itself. They like going to the gas station or the corner store, or whatever the case may be, getting a blunt, you know, busting it open, you know, rolling the blunt. And then they can show the people like, man, look how I pearled this, man. I pearled this blunt. You know, it's like, it's a perfect circle and everything like that, man. Hey, hit that, man. It's going to hit good, you know, and then they get a thrill out of the sight of it. You know, they look at the different weed that's out there, like you see in the picture right here. It may be different colors, purple, blue, green, brown, rainbow, whatever. You know, they look at it and they get a thrill out of it. They be like, man, you know, this is about to be fun. This is about to be the shit. But they're not knowing that they're defiling a temple when they smoke, man. All right. And that's the point. You're not supposed to do it. It's written in the scriptures, so it ain't no way around it. If you are an Israelite, if you so-called say that you believe in the Most High, you're not supposed to be smoking weed. Point blank, period, man. So let's go straight into it. Let's get this article first, man. Because I came across this article right here, you know, one of the first ones that popped up. It says how pot affects your mind and body. All right. We're just going to read a few of these so you can see how it actually does defile your temple. Here's one right here. Say it may affect your mental health. It says not everyone's experience with marijuana is pleasant and often can leave you anxious, afraid, panic, or paranoid. Using marijuana may raise your chances for clinical depression or worsen the symptoms of any mental disorders you already have. Scientists aren't yet sure exactly why. In high doses, it can make you paranoid or lose touch with reality, so you hear or see things that aren't there. And it says right here, your thinking may get distorted. It says marijuana can cloud your senses and judgment. The effects can differ depending on things like how potent your pot was, how you took it, and how much marijuana you used in the past. It might heighten your senses. Colors might seem brighter and sounds might seem louder. Distort your sense of time. Hurt your motor skills and make driving more dangerous. Lowering your inhibitions so you may have risky sex or take other chances. Then it says right here, you may get hooked. And like I said, a lot of our people don't want to admit that they are addicted to weed, man. They don't want to admit that because they don't want to seem like they're hype. They don't want to look like a cluck or nothing like that. Because, you know, that's for the so-called stronger drugs. You know, the crack, the cocaine, the pills, the meth, you know, those type of drugs. You know, those are the drugs that, you know, comes out first when it be like, man, you an addict. They don't want to admit that they're addicted to marijuana because it's supposed to be natural. But the thing is, a lot of our people use this on an everyday basis, like it says in the beginning of this article, to get away from depression, you know, to relax themselves. A lot of people can't even function without it. You tell Jake to stop smoking for like a day or a week, man, they'll go crazy, man. They'll go crazy. But it says right here, about 1 in 10 people who use marijuana will become addicted. That means you can't stop using it even if it harms your relationships, job, health, or finances. The risk is greater than the younger you start marijuana and the more heavily you use it. For instance, the odds of addiction are 1 in 6 if you use pot in your teens. It might be as high as 1 in 2 among those who use it every day. You can also grow physically depending on marijuana. Your body could go into withdrawal, leaving you irritable, restless, unable to sleep, and uninterested in eating when you don't use it. Learn more about how to spot the signs of marijuana addiction. Then it says right here, it may impair your brain, your lungs may hurt, it may ease your pain and other symptoms or whatever, but that's going into something else. You may feel hungrier. It may harm your heart. And like I said, man, at the end of the day, you know, we all used to smoke. I used to smoke. And of course, I used to be like this. I literally was on on a point where I would get paid every 2 weeks, and I would take out money as if it was a bill. You know, you got to pay your bills every month, man. When I got paid, I was like, I already know, like $100 or $150 got to go to this. Then I already know, like it says here, you might get hungry. You already know you're gonna get the munchies, and you already know what Jake eating the world. When I was doing it, I used to be like, man, I'm about to go get the the sour gummies, you know, the sour lifesavers, the gummy lifesavers, Skittles, because I was a candy person, you know, gummy bears. I used to love like eating all that stuff, man. I used to get like 5, 6, 7 different types of candy, put them all up in the Ziploc. We used to flame up and everything. Next thing I know, I'll pull out a big ass Ziploc of candy and everything like that, because now the weed done kicked in, and this became like I said, an every 2 week thing. And, you know, at the end of the day, started realizing like, man, I'm wasting my money on this shit. And like I said, a lot of Jake do not even realize that they are doing that. When they go out, man, they pay a lot of money for this, man. Especially now that it's legal. You go to these spots where you can buy weed legally, and they tax the hell out of that shit, man. You already know they do. But anyway, let's go into the scriptures, man, because like I said, we ain't got to make this too long, but we do got to bring it out that this is something that you're not supposed to be doing. This is Revelation 18 and 23. And let's go to it. Hold on. Let me read it first. And it says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Okay, now when you go into this word sorceries, all right, let's go down to it. As you can see, the Greek word right here is pharmakeia, and it says the use or the administering of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. Metaphorically, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. So at the end of the day, weed is a drug. It's a drug. And you can say, oh, well, it's a herb, it's this and that. No, it's a drug, man. The weed been getting stronger and stronger and stronger every single year, man. They got so many different types that people usually, you know, they don't know what it is. They just be like, oh, okay, this is called this is called that. And they'll tell you like, yeah, it was grown in this process. It was grown in that process. But like I said, you got to understand, you're not the one that got the seeds. You're not the one growing this shit. You're not the one that has the beginning sources of where this came from. Jake is out here buying this shit off the block, man. And if they do got connections where they can get it, you know, from somebody, you know, who's on a bigger scale, so to speak, and everything like that, where they getting the boatloads or the shipments or whatever. Hey, man, like I said, you still don't know where this came from, because all of this is coming from Esau, man. Esau is giving you this. So yes, weed is a drug, man. There's a lot of things in the weed nowadays that you just do not know about. All right, you do not know about it. So right here, Like it says the use or the administering of drugs. And then when you go back to the verse, it says, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. This is one of the ways that Esau got you, man. This is one of the ways that he seduced you into doing wickedness. All right. Like I said, it's a whole holiday. They don't put it out there like Christmas or Thanksgiving, anything like that. But this is well known, man. This is well known across the whole earth. Everybody know about 420. So at the end of the day, they have deceived you. They have gotten you to the point where you are accepting wickedness, man. And this is why we say you got to stop, man, because weed is a drug. Weed can kill you. We can give you cancer because you smoking it, man. All right. Let's get Job. Let's get Job 13:3. And let's turn it this way. It's Job chapter 13, verse 3. And it says, surely I will speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with the Most High. But you are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value. And this is one of the things you definitely hear among Jake, you know, when they sell drugs and everything, they call themselves physicians and everything like that. And like I said, now you have these stores out here where America and other places, they are literally selling you the weed legally. All right, you can literally go to the store and they got the whole thing for you. You know, they got the cops, of course, guarding the doors and everything. I drove past these places, man. They got, you know, the police standing outside and everything like that because they already know, man. These people, when it comes to weed, man, hey, you got to watch them, man. But anyway, it says you are all physicians of no value. You are physicians of no value. Esau is a physician of no value. So the things that he's giving you is not going to help you. All right. And like I said, you can see it. You can see it when Jake get into that herb, man, with that weed. They don't know how to act, man. A lot of people can't even go, like I said, a day without it. You know, they got to be like, okay, I'm going to flame up at this time. I'm going to flame up at that time. You know, this is how they function throughout their everyday life. A lot of them don't even know how it is to be sober. All right. This is what they do every single day, man. All right. So when you read this scripture, you got to realize that Esau's not giving you anything that's going to help you as far as so-called herbs and drugs. They are physicians of no value. Esau's here to kill you. He's here to pollute you. He's here to make sure that you stay what? Deceived. He wants you to stay at the bottom because they already know as long as you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans keep doing wickedness, they're going to continue to be in power, man. All right. But as we all know, there is an elect. There's a predestinated elect, and Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come back, man. So this is why we thankful for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for setting it up like that, because if we didn't have this Holy Spirit to do these videos and all these different things, man, we would be through. We'll never get to the kingdom. Never get to the kingdom. But this is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. And it says, know ye not that you are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. And it's, you know, this is your body, man. When you sin against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, you are destroying his temple. You are destroying what he's building. You are destroying what made you special in the first place. Okay. And when you defile yourself, like I said, with weed and everything, like, let's go into that word real quick. Let's see what they have for defile. Because when you know, when you do these things, like I said, you disrespecting the Most High, man. You sinning. You doing wickedness. This is 1 Corinthians. It's going to go to 3. And here it is, 17. Let's see what they got for defile. And it says, to corrupt, to destroy. In the opinion of the Jews, the temple was corrupted or destroyed when anyone defiled in the slightest degree, damaged anything in it, or if its guardians neglected their duties, to lead away a Christian church from that state of knowledge and holiness in which it ought to abide, to be destroyed, to perish, in an ethical sense, to corrupt, deprave. All right. So at the end of the day, like I said, when you do these things, you are corrupting yourself. You're destroying yourself. We just read the harmful things that can happen to you if you continue to, you know, smoke weed and everything. Like I said, they literally said it could slow down your reaction time, man. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. All right. But like I said, when you destroy your temple, you're sinning against the Most High, man. Now you got to realize that Anything that you do, you're making the Most High look bad. And this is why we always say in the scriptures, well, it always say in the scriptures, we're supposed to exalt the names of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're supposed to give both of them praise every single day. We're supposed to make them look good. We the chosen people. We the chosen people. We supposed to be showing these other nations how it's supposed to be done, man. How you supposed to live within righteousness. How the earth is actually supposed to be. And that's what's getting ready to happen with Yahweh Shai, King David, and 144,000. You know, it's going to make sure that the earth is ran properly through the commandments, statutes, and laws. But when you do things like make yourself weak to the point where you be like, man, I can't give up smoking. I'd rather smoke than drink. You defiling yourself, man. And ultimately, you're defiling the temple of the Most High. And that's what's going to get you destroyed, man. So you got to watch what you do, man. You got to stop doing that, man. This is one of the things where you definitely can stop doing that, man. Stop smoking weed is not that hard. It really isn't. But we'll end it on this. This is 2 Ezra 14 and 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble. And now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. You got to put off the weak nature, man. Because Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come back with the angels. Judgment is getting ready to be brought upon this place. That'll be a messed up scenario for you to get destroyed because you refuse to stop smoking weed, man. Like I said, if you get to the point where you just like, I can't do it, you have to buy this every single day. I have to smoke weed when I'm doing this activity. I got to smoke weed when I'm at a concert doing this and doing that. You are an addict, man. And you're not putting off the weak nature. You're letting this world get to you. All right. So you don't want that to happen. You want to let go from the mortal thoughts. We're trying to receive immortality. We're trying to live forever, which we are going to live forever. But we're trying to reach it the first go around, man. We don't want to die here. You don't want to die just because the Most High was like, man, he a weed addict. Man, that make you look like, man, that's a damn shame, man. That's a damn shame. You know, you get destroyed because you couldn't put the blunt down, man. Let's leave it alone. And then at the end of the day, too, like I said, in my opinion, I would stay away from, you know, smoothies and edibles and all of that stuff, too, because once you start doing that, man, that can get you to the point where you'll be back open to, you know, smoking weed and everything like that, because you'll have that familiar feeling. But like I said, Jake loves the actual activity of smoking, man. You know, they love the blunt, the weed. They love rolling. They love to pass around the blunt, tell story. They like the actual activity. Jake doesn't have fun when he eats the edibles and everything like that. That's why when they start doing the edibles and everything like that, they be like, oh, it's cool, but I would rather do this. This is why we just be like, man, let's leave it all alone, period. Just leave it all alone, period, man. Hey, the scriptures say you can have something to drink. Go get some wine. Drink in moderation. You know, you can get merry with that. And just leave it be at that, man. So at the end of the day, hey, put off the weak nation and let that shit go, man. It ain't that damn serious. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwath that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazat, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.